Hey y'all, it's Lindsay and it's Wellness Wednesday week 48. Technically this is Thursday, I'm filming this, and hopefully I can get this uploaded this afternoon. We shall see how the day progresses. As I normally do though, let's start out with the scale. Last week I did Wellness Wednesday on Friday because we had been sick, and I weighed in at 148.2 because I had eaten lots of off-plan, delicious, amazing food, and I was totally content with that. This week on the scale, I weighed in at 147.6, which is kind of like a little yay moment because that means I lost 0.6 pounds. And I've spoken about this in previous Wellness Wednesdays that really up and down within a pound, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. But the reality is that I can't help but be encouraged and a little bit pumped about the fact that the scale is moving in the direction I want it to move. So I'm just gonna take that and be happy. The next order of business is we went to St. Paul with Jared because he had some business to do down there, and so we kind of did a little midweek getaway. And we took the girls on some field trip type things. We went to a children's museum and did all kinds of fun stuff. We ate a lot of really good food. We had what are known as Juicy Lucy's, which if you've ever watched Food Network's Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, then you've probably seen a Juicy Lucy before. It is a burger from the 5 and 8, and it is like a burger patty, but it's stuffed with all the stuff in the middle. Like you put all the stuff in the middle, like all the cheese and stuff like that. And oh man, I had the Montana Jack and it was super delicious. And they were very gracious to allow for lettuce wrapped instead of having an actual burger bun. So that was pretty tasty. Loved all of that. And yeah, it was overall a really good meal. I ordered a side salad with mine, and that was perfectly fine. Totally normal side salad. Jared chose the sweet potato fries, which on Trim Healthy Mama, I don't think they would be truly a crossover. I think it would technically be a personal choice because I'm pretty sure they used canola oil to fry in, or some other type of oil that was definitely not Trim Healthy Mama approved. But overall, I did have a couple of those. They were pretty tasty. They came with this marshmallow sauce stuff that I did taste, and it was okay. It wasn't worth it to me to eat that much sugar, so I just barely dipped in and tasted it and then ignored it for the rest of the meal. We also had some steaks, and we did at Applebee's, which I feel like steak from Applebee's is kind of a gamble, and they did have some really good options at Applebee's in my opinion. Like they had fire roasted vegetables you could get as a side. They had garlicky green beans, which were really tasty, and it was basically just like green beans, garlic, and whatever the oil they used to fry them in, which I'm sure was some kind of a vegetable oil, but we're not gonna be too persnickety about that. And then they had, you know, like their steamed broccoli. So I feel like Applebee's has definitely stepped up their game a little bit for options for the Trim Healthy Mama type people like us. So we had steak and the green beans and the broccoli, which was, the vegetables were good. The steak was okay. And what else? Hotel breakfast was hotel breakfast. It's never amazing in my opinion unless it's like a made to order omelet bar, which this was not. They had scrambled eggs and a little bit burnt bacon and kind of limited options for a Trim Healthy Mama, but I was still able to eat on the low carb end of things and stay on plan. And I think that's really the easiest thing to do whenever you are traveling, is to just be intentional with the idea that, hey, I'm going to be eating a lot of S meals or S snacks on the go, and whenever I get home I need to focus on refueling my carbs and having some E meals. One thing that I did discuss last week that I still need to put into action is choosing a few treats that we are going to make for this Christmas season. That way I don't get super excited and amped up about having like all the types of cookies that are Trim Healthy Mama friendly and having all the bars and all the candies and all the cakes. So we can enjoy the treats but not have so many that we wind up only eating treats and kind of ignoring the rest of the food options that are significantly healthier for you. And just because it's a Trim Healthy Mama friendly treat doesn't mean that it's a replacement for all of those healthy veggies, healthy meats, healthy fats, healthy carbs, like all those various pieces that make a Trim Healthy Mama way of life a Trim Healthy Mama way of life. I need to get on the ball with making sure that I pull out, I want to say probably 6 treats, because I feel like just 1 per week isn't going to cut it, but I don't want to allow for like 3 different treats each week until Christmas time and then have a dozen different things that we're trying to work our way through before they go bad. And it's just, you know, like I feel like 6. We'll go with 6. That should be good. I don't know exactly where I'm going to go with all of those though. You know, it's kind of tricky trying to decipher which ones we want. I know I love fudge, so I might be trying the peppermint fudge from Brianna Thomas's new cookbook, The Convenient Food. I got that one whenever it released, like I pre-ordered that one, and I've just been kind of like slowly digging into it. It's got a lot of really fun things. I really like the fact that it's got a lot more side dishes than I expected. And I do feel like that's like one area where the Trim Healthy Mama cookbooks kind of like, they're okay, but they're not like, wow, amazing side dishes. It feels kind of all the same, honestly, which, I mean, it's fine. Side dishes can be tricky, honestly. So I'm going to dig into convenient food. I want to try out that peppermint fudge. Jared was more interested in the Brianna finger fudge, and we might do both of those. You know, you gotta appeal to your family as far as that's concerned. So definitely those. I want to try out some different bars, just kind of come up with some various combinations of things. I might just, you know, fly solo on some of these recipes that I might test out. I do enjoy the whole like recipe development process. I'm not amazing at it, but I definitely enjoy giving it a shot. So I might try to come up with a few things. The treats thing is big. It's huge. And something I kind of want to talk about more in the future is the fact that there are so many various good healthy superfood options. There are so many treat options. There are so many like fuel cycle or fuel types that you've got to juggle. It's just, there can be a lot of moving parts within a Trim Healthy Mama way of eating that it can be overwhelming. And sometimes I think we overload ourselves during stressful periods of our lives. It's hard to pare down choices and not get hyped up about what's being talked about the most in that moment. So, you know, anytime that the Trim Healthy Mama podcast goes through and talks about a superfood spotlight, it's like there's a rush on that particular item, whether it's like, oh, cauliflower is the most amazing thing ever. Oh, kefir's the most amazing thing ever. Oh, cranberries are the most amazing thing ever. Like whatever the thing is, there's a lot of hype around that, and then everybody rushes out and adds those things. But sometimes we forget about the other things because it's like, oh, I'm so hyper-focused on XYZ that I forget all the rest of the items. And I think that it's really easy to get overwhelmed because there are so many foods. You know what? This is a totally different topic. I'm going to put a pin in this and hopefully come back to this discussion at a later date whenever I have more of my thoughts kind of like organized, because I can be very scatterbrained. So that's it for my Wellness Wednesday. How was your week? Did you see any positive things in your health and wellness adventure, quest, whatever you want to call it? Or are you in a struggle bus situation? I'm very curious to know, and I would love for you to comment down below and share what's going on with your lives. And I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.